Have you ever talked to a woman and even though everything seemed fine, she smiled, she responded, she laughed, something just felt off? You had a perfectly pleasant, logical conversation, you followed all the rules, but when you walked away, you knew, deep down, that you hadn't made an impact. You were just another nice guy she'd forget by tomorrow. The reason is simple: you never triggered her emotions. Attraction isn't born from logic, it's born from feeling. It's that spark, that jolt of curiosity, that moment where she stops seeing you as just another person and starts seeing you as a man who intrigues her on a deeper level. That's the secret, the missing piece that separates forgettable interactions from unforgettable connections. It's not about having the perfect looks or the most money, it's about understanding the psychology of desire. It's about knowing how to create those moments of emotional resonance that make you stick in her mind long after you've said goodbye. So today, I'll show you exactly what to say to make a woman think about you non-stop. And let me be clear, this isn't about cheesy pickup lines, fake bravado, or manipulative tricks. This is about using real, powerful phrases that are rooted in genuine confidence and emotional intelligence. These are phrases that spark curiosity, activate desire, and pull her in, making her feel seen, challenged, and deeply intrigued by the man in front of her. They work because they bypass the polite surface-level chatter and connect directly with her emotions. Ready? Let's break it down. Let's start with a phrase that's all about creating powerful anticipation. Imagine you're in a conversation with her, and she's just shared something personal, something she's passionate about. Maybe her dream to open a bookstore or a story about a trip that changed her life. Instead of just nodding and saying, "That's cool," you're going to pause, you're going to look at her, really look at her, and say, with a calm, thoughtful tone, "You know what I like about you?" And then you stop. That pause is everything. In that silence, her mind will be racing. What does he like about me? Is it my smile? My story? Did I say something wrong? You're creating a moment of intense focus, where she is hanging on your every word. This isn't about being dramatic for the sake of it. It's about signaling that what you're about to say is genuine, and has been given real thought. You're showing her that you're not just reacting, you are reflecting on who she is. After a beat or two, you deliver the payoff, and it has to be specific. Not, "You're beautiful," but the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you love. It shows a real passion most people are afraid to show. Or, "You have this incredible sense of adventure. Most people just talk about doing things, but I can tell you actually do them." By connecting your compliment directly to what she just said, you prove you were listening on a deeper level. You're not just complimenting her, you're validating her essence. And that is incredibly attractive. This next one is a game changer because it flips the script from polite and predictable to playful and intriguing. It's best used when she says something a little bit cheeky, teases you, or makes a bold, confident statement. Maybe you ask her what she does for fun and she says, "Getting into situations I shouldn't." Or perhaps she playfully challenges something you've said. Instead of getting defensive or agreeing meekly, you're going to lean back slightly, let a small smirk form on your face and say, "You're trouble, aren't you?" The delivery here is crucial. It's not an accusation, it's an observation laced with admiration. Your tone should be light, warm, and maybe even a little bit conspiratorial. You're not judging her, you're acknowledging a fun, mischievous side of her personality that most nice guys would probably be intimidated by. You're essentially saying, "I see that fiery, adventurous spirit in you, and I'm not scared of it. In fact, I find it fascinating." This creates an instant dynamic of equals. Two people who can handle a bit of fun. After you say it, don't wait for a response right away. Look her in the eyes for a second, then break eye contact and look away thoughtfully, maybe taking a sip of your drink. This creates a moment of delicious tension and mystery. She's left wondering what you're thinking. Does he like that I'm trouble? Is he trouble too? You've just moved from a boring standard conversation to a flirtatious, dynamic interaction. You've become a man who is not only confident enough to handle her personality, but is also intrigued by it. Everyone, at their core, wants to feel seen and understood for their unique qualities. This phrase taps directly into that universal human desire. The perfect time to use this is when she demonstrates a keen sense of perception. Maybe you're telling a story, and she picks up on a subtle detail or an underlying emotion you didn't explicitly state. Or perhaps you're in a group, and she notices something about the dynamic that everyone else missed. When that moment happens, you pause. You look at her with a sense of genuine mild surprise and appreciation. Then you deliver the line with sincerity. Most people wouldn't catch that, but you did. It's a powerful statement because it does two things simultaneously. First, it subtly implies that you are also perceptive. You noticed that she noticed. Second, and more importantly, it validates her intelligence and her unique way of seeing the world. You've just elevated her from being part of the crowd to being exceptional. Let the statement hang in the air. Don't rush to explain it. Smile slightly, hold her gaze for a moment, and let her absorb the compliment. This makes her feel incredibly special, like she has a unique connection with you that other people don't. You're not just telling her she's smart, you're showing her that you recognize and value her specific brand of intelligence. It creates a secret, invisible thread between the two of you, a shared understanding that makes her feel deeply connected to you. In a world where honestly most interactions just skim the surface, genuine vulnerability is like a superpower. This phrase, "I don't open up to many people, but with you it feels natural," is your key to creating a moment of real, deep connection. But there's a catch. It only works if you're being authentic. This isn't just some line to toss out whenever. It's meant for those times when the conversation has naturally drifted to a more personal, meaningful place. Maybe you're sharing a story from your past, talking about a personal goal, or opening up about a struggle you've faced. As you're sharing, you might pause, almost surprised at yourself for revealing so much. Then you look at her and say, with total sincerity, "I don't normally open up to many people like this, but with you it just feels natural." That's powerful, because you're making her the exception. You're letting her know there's something about her presence, her energy, that makes you feel safe enough to let your guard down. This gesture of trust is honestly one of the strongest forms of attraction. It shows her that you see more than just a pretty face. You see someone with substance, someone you can genuinely trust. It instantly deepens the bond between you, making her feel uniquely important in your world. She's no longer just someone you're chatting with. She's someone you're connecting with on a deeper, almost soul level. And by being vulnerable first, you give her silent permission to do the same, creating this amazing cycle of growing intimacy. There's going to be a moment, especially with a confident, attractive woman, where she might test you a bit. Maybe she throws a playful jab like, "Oh, trying to impress me with that story?" Or asks a more direct question about your intentions. Most guys honestly either get defensive or start trying even harder to prove themselves. Here's where you do the exact opposite. When she tests you, just stay calm. Look her in the eye, maybe give a small knowing smile and simply say, "I'm not trying to impress you, that's it." You don't need to tack anything else on. The power here is in how simple and grounded it is. What you're really communicating is, my sense of self-worth doesn't depend on your approval. I'm just being myself, and if you're impressed, awesome. If not, that's fine too. This totally shifts the dynamic. Suddenly you're not chasing her validation, you're just secure in who you are. It's non-reactive, it's confident, and honestly it's pretty intriguing because it's not what she expects. It shows you have high standards for yourself and that you're not going to jump through hoops for anyone. This kind of quiet confidence is magnetic. It makes her realize she's dealing with a man of substance, not just another guy looking for her praise. This next phrase is, without a doubt, one of the most profound compliments you can give someone, because it speaks right to their core identity. It's not about how they look, what they do for a living, or even their achievements. It's about their soul, their essence. You use this after she does something that genuinely surprises or impresses you. Maybe she shows some unexpected kindness, cracks a quirky joke, or shares a vulnerable thought that goes against the grain. In that moment, you look at her with real admiration and say sincerely and without any drama, "You're not like most people." You can add a specific reason like, "The way you think is just different, it's refreshing." Or honestly, you can just let the statement hang on its own. It works because it validates her individuality in a world that's always pushing people to fit in. You're telling her that the very things that might make her feel different or even a little weird are actually the things you find most captivating. This is the kind of statement that'll echo in her mind for days. It makes her feel seen, valued, unforgettable. It's not just a line, it's a real observation that comes from being present and truly appreciating who she is. When you tell a woman she's not like most people, you're saying that out of everyone, she stands out. You're not just another guy trying to get her number. You're the guy who actually sees the real her, and honestly that makes all the difference. So now you've got 6 powerful phrases in your toolkit. But just to be clear, these aren't magic spells. Their real power doesn't come from the words themselves, it comes from your intention and who you are as a man. These are emotional triggers, not tricks for manipulation. The real goal here isn't to fool a woman into liking you, but to genuinely communicate your own high value, your presence, and your real interest in who she is. Use these phrases only when you actually mean them. Be the guy who notices her passion, appreciates her wit, and feels safe enough to open up. Authenticity, honestly, is your greatest asset. When you combine these phrases with true confidence and emotional intelligence, you become unforgettable. She's not going to remember you for the facts you shared or the questions you asked. She'll remember you for how you made her feel. Seen, intrigued, challenged, special. A man with standards, presence, and emotional intelligence is honestly a rare find, and that's what makes him stick in a woman's mind. You're not just a nice guy anymore, you're guy she can't stop thinking about. This is the art of real connection. It's about going deeper and creating moments that actually matter. If you're ready to stop being forgettable and start being the guy she tells her friends about, make sure you subscribe for more psychology-based, no-nonsense advice. In the next video, I'll show you exactly what to text her so she can't wait to see you again. Seriously, you won't want to miss it. See you there.